Ready? Yellow lady.
Right, 58, right there. You ain't doing that.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
But we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Breeze. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn, 71 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On play action, Rivers. Allen's got it over the middle. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. Rivers to Allen on the hook up there. 44 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
On 2nd down now, it's Gordon. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting the tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Phillip Rivers scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. So Brees going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run out of the the gun with Kamara. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Open man is Michael Thomas. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First grab for Thomas. It's good for a first down as well.
Waiting.
On first down, Breeze. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Breeze now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. These two teams all tied after 1. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it with Kamara, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Taking it in from a yard out, and the Saints have taken the lead. A 1-yard run on first down, another yard that gets him into the end zone on second down. Maybe not much for the yards per carry average, but hey, 6 points. Yeah, bottom line is it doesn't matter there. You've got to find a way to wedge it into the end zone. Yards per carry, that's out the window. How do you score? And on the second down, they had something going. They got a yard before. They thought they could do it again, and they got it done. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. There goes Melvin Gordon. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, 87 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there. When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down. And those plays so demoralizing for the defense. Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas. 73 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. The handoff goes to Gordon, running left, spinning away. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Set 180, 190. Stay with your man. And high. White, 80 high.
From the gun, Rivers. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe that returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Well, we'll see if they can do it here. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was trying to get that back to Allen, and it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Rivers now to Gordon out left. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Back 180. Back 180. White, 89.
A 1st down throw here for Rivers. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep and you catch him close to the spot.
Rivers to Allen on the hook up there. 41 yards. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try to run this one in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now a give, right side. Gordon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Going with a big fullback. Wow. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Brees going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Now Brees. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop him with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Brees to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Joey Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
3rd and long now after the sack of Brees, and the Saints up against it here. Brees going to throw. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you to our EA studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the 3rd quarter on the ground with Gordon. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On 2nd and 9, Rivers, throw left side complete. That's Gordon. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down. On 1st and 10, Rivers gets it to Gordon. Powers past him at midfield. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He's having a big game running the football, but that will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. The offensive lines had to pass.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Derek Watt, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. From the gun, it's Brees. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards that time. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Kamara. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Brees. And this will be incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Now Brees on 3rd down. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Get 180, 390. Behind. Through.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
380. Let's go. Easy, easy. Behind. I'm coming.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. 20. And Allen's got it. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 49 yards. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Chargers. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Melvin Ingram. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. To throw, it's Brees. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Joey Bosa giving him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. 3rd and long now after the sack of Brees, and the Saints up against it here. Now Brees. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete.
It's lonely on top of the throne. I am a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the road. I guess the road is my home and it's so many. And it's long, I was 30 years, hell, it's the vessels alone. They showing me love for my city.